a lot of cryptocurrencies that I'm really, really, really excited about. And so for those that are new to the cryptocurrency space, you want to make sure you're writing down this website, okay, coingecko.com, where you're able to actually start learning about these different cryptocurrencies and really start to dive in terms of how to do your analysis with these different cryptocurrencies, right? How to actually put together and establish a portfolio, right, that sets you up for success and allows you to create wealth, okay? Now, the first thing you want to, of course, do when you're getting into the cryptocurrency space is making sure that you have defined what I like to call your main portfolio. Okay, this is your top 5 cryptocurrencies, your top 5, okay, that you are seeing specifically for long term, right? For long-term generational wealth, and you've done your research, you know who's behind it, you know what it's about, and you really, really are focused on these top 5 for long term. Okay. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer, of course, before I kind of start giving out some additional information. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you guys what to invest in or how much to invest in and so forth. Please do your own research. Okay. But nonetheless, I will definitely still share what are some of my favorite coins that I'm currently looking at, and what are some of the things you want to take advantage of or keep your eye on as you start to research and look into other cryptocurrencies. Okay. So when you come to CoinGecko, you're able to, of course, see the top 100 cryptocurrencies listed by market capitalization, which is amazing. And of course, we see, right, Bitcoin is number 1. Ethereum, a lot of you guys said ETH is your favorite. ETH is definitely one of my favorites as well. So shout out to everyone that said ETH, okay? But these are some of the top cryptocurrencies, right? And so you can see here, when you come here, you can literally see, what is the price movement like, right, on an hourly basis, 24 hours, 7 days. A lot of times when I come here, I love clicking on, let's say, something like the 7 day. Show me and let me see which cryptocurrencies have had the most growth over the past 7 days, right? Because I want to get a good understanding of how are things moving, what's hot, what's not, what's moving significantly in the markets, okay? Sometimes I may also do the opposite, right? See which coins have gone down the most, right? Now, sometimes people might not even think about this, but as a smart investor, you want to make sure you're taking advantage of the market when there's the most fear in the market, right? Most or average investors tend to put their money into the market when they start seeing the market move. So kind of like how we saw Bitcoin starting to recover, right? It was about 29, 30K, then start to jump up to 40 and getting closer even to 50, right? We have a lot of people that are starting to put money into the markets, right? But seasoned investors, smart investors, are actually putting their money into the markets during those dips. And that's what you want to train yourself to do and focus on, right? Which is super, super important. So that is why sometimes I love looking at which coins have actually had quite a bit of a dip, right? Now, as you start to put together your portfolio, like I said, yes, you want to have a main portfolio, but you also want to make sure you're doing your research, right? So let's go back to the main page here, okay? And I want to take a look at a few cryptocurrencies, okay? And I see we have so many people that are still looking to jump on the call, which is awesome. Perfect. Awesome. So like I said, I know that when it comes to this page, of course, you want to make sure that you're doing your analysis and really diving in and learning about these different coins and how to actually decide what is a good investment versus something that's maybe not the best option, right? But before to actually decide, what makes sense for you in your portfolio, everything goes back to your strategy, literally your strategy, right? Which is super, super crucial. Now, when it comes to strategy, I'll actually share with some information. Okay, guys, this is actually what I've created, a crypto strategy workbook. And in this workbook, I have what I call the self-assessment, okay? Now, this will help you to identify, right, what your strategy is gonna be. And that literally dictates what type of cryptocurrencies you should be investing in, right? Because to be honest, there's over 9,000 different cryptocurrencies and counting, right? So it's like, how do you decide which one makes sense for you? And it goes back to what are your goals? What are your cryptocurrency goals? And sometimes I talk to people and they're like, you know what? I don't really know what my goals are, right? Or I never really thought about it, which is fine, right? And now you can start thinking about, well, what are maybe some of your financial goals, right? Some things you'd want to accomplish. Now I know, of course, right? Everybody's in cryptocurrency. Everybody wants to make money, right? Which is totally fine, okay? But the next question is, what do you want to do with that money, right? Yes, you want to make money, but it has to be even deeper than that, right? And that's what's going to drive you to also not only just take advantage of cryptocurrency, but keep you focused on your journey towards generational wealth. The second thing, how much risk do you want to take, right? There's some cryptocurrency investments that are actually riskier than others, right? And so you want to make sure that whatever you're getting involved with is appropriate for you and your specific level of risk that you're willing to take. Okay, next thing we look at is your timeline, short or long term, right? There's coins that are more suited for long term, right? Something like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And then we have other coins that are more well suited for short term, right? So once again, it goes back to your goals, okay? And then of course, number 4 is making sure you have the right expectations, okay? Now just drop a 1 in the chat if you'd love to be a crypto millionaire, okay? Even just from crypto investing or cryptocurrency trading, please just drop in the chat. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you're looking to be a crypto millionaire, please, please, please. Okay, perfect. Now, I want to let you guys know, yes, it's definitely possible to make $1 million in cryptocurrency. I said in the beginning, you can all create wealth with crypto, okay? But you have to have the right expectations. Do not go to bed tonight thinking you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow, okay? You have to be strategic. And you have to have a game plan. No one just stumbles upon an extra $1 million, right? They plan for it, they take action, and they make it happen, right? But everybody that dropped 1s in the chat, I'm excited for you. I know you guys are already millionaires. It's loading. It's just not in your bank account just yet. It's on its way. So I'm excited for all of you. But yes, making sure you have the right expectations is also what's going to set you up for success with this. But everything that I have right here literally will help you get a good understanding of what you need to understand or focus on first before you can start diving into the market and really looking at which cryptocurrencies you want to invest in. Right now, I will definitely share some of my top 5. Okay, like I said, not financial advice, but my top 5 cryptocurrencies right now. Of course, Bitcoin is going to be number 1. We have Ethereum, that is number 2. Definitely love my ETH. Okay, and anybody that follows Curtis Cobain, just drop in the chat. Let me know how much ETH you're supposed to have, please, please, please. And for those that aren't familiar with Curtis Cobain, you guys need to go get back to the person that invited you on this call, because he is definitely someone that's helping a lot of people create a lot of income in the cryptocurrency space. Perfect, perfect. I see it. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. That's perfect. So yes, Bitcoin's number 1. Ethereum is number 2. Number 3 is going to be Polkadot for me. Number 4 is going to be Chainlink, and number 5 is going to be Cardano. So those are currently my top 5. But like I said, there are so many cryptocurrencies that are out there that are doing so many amazing things, right? They're all at different price points and so forth, okay? But I want to let's look at Chainlink in particular, okay? Now, Chainlink is a really, really exciting project. And as you guys are starting to learn more about the market, learn more about how to do your analysis, right, of these cryptocurrency investments, you want to look at a few key things, okay? The first thing that you really want to look at is getting a good understanding of what that cryptocurrency is about. Now, believe it or not, these cryptocurrencies are still like companies, right? They're still like organizations, right, that actually have a business behind them, right? Some of them, I should say, okay? Because at the end of the day, anybody can create their own cryptocurrency. If I wanted to, I can create my own coin, right? But that's just another reason why you have to be extra careful when you're investing, because you want to make sure you're investing and putting your hard-earned money into something that's going to generate you additional income, okay? So looking at something like Chainlink, when you come on this page, of course, it tells you a lot of great information. You can see what the coin is currently priced at. You can see the max supply. If you wanted to access the website, you can do that here, which is great. You scroll down a little bit more, it shows you, the chart, the all-time high, and so forth. But when you scroll down even a little bit lower, okay, it actually gives you a short paragraph or two talking a little bit about the cryptocurrency and what the project is about. Now, one of the reasons I'm super excited about Chainlink, and I'm going to show you, okay, but they're literally leading the space in so many different categories within cryptocurrency, okay? Now, when it comes to investing, you want to invest in something that's innovative, that's staying ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, right? That is how you make money. as an investor. You have to be a visionary. You have to be able to see what's coming and be able to invest and take advantage of those opportunities even before everyone else does, right? So I love, love, love what Chainlink is doing, okay? Now, Chainlink is what I like to call an oracle, right? A lot of what they do, to keep it very, very simple, is they're taking everyday data, right, and processing it and putting it in a format that can actually be used on an actual blockchain, right? And when we think about something like Chainlink, if you go to like almost any cryptocurrency's website and you scroll down to look at their partnerships, you will see Chainlink there. Like Chainlink is like a Tim Hortons or McDonald's, like they just pop up, they're everywhere, right? And that's why I'm excited about it, right? So you want to understand, what is the use case? What are they about? What are the partnerships, right? Which organizations do they actually work with, okay? Now, another thing that I like to look at is this thing right here called tags, okay? This is probably one of my favorite features when it comes to CoinGecko, right? Because now I get to get a really great idea of which category does this cryptocurrency fall into, okay? So like I mentioned, there's so many different cryptocurrencies on here. And the best part is now when you start to look at these tags, you get to see, and I'm gonna click on, let's check out the Polkadot Eco. Actually, let's do the DeFi category specifically. Let's do Oracle. Let's do smart contract platform as well. Okay. And as soon as you click on it, okay, now it actually takes you to, the list of top DeFi cryptocurrencies. And now you get a really good idea, how does Chainlink rank in comparison to other cryptocurrencies that do the exact same thing, right? Are they leading the space, or are they at the bottom of that list for that category, right? You want to get a good understanding of that. And what I love, as you go through this, you'll see that Chainlink is number 3, right, in terms of top DeFi cryptocurrencies. And they were number 2 quite some time ago, right? So we can see Luna has jumped up quite a bit, okay? But nonetheless, right, they're at the top of this category. We'll look at the next category. Look at something like an Oracle cryptocurrency, right? Looking at a list of all the cryptocurrencies that fall under the Oracle category. We see once again, Chainlink is still at the top, right? And the next cryptocurrency that's even close is Win, and they're not close at all, right? And which is, once again, something super, super amazing. We look at the top smart contract platforms, right? Once again, Chainlink is in the top 4, right? So you're starting to see a trend here, right? Just drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense, okay? Because you have to understand that you want to invest in cryptocurrencies that are going to be here 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, right? Unless you guys are trying to make short-term income, then that's different. But I'm all about generational wealth and life-changing income. And that's what I want for everyone that's on this call, okay? So these are some factors that you want to look at, because this is what's gonna help you to understand and make sure that you're not just investing in a coin because someone told you, right? But you're actually investing in it because it makes sense and it makes money, right? Now, the other thing you also can look at, and I'll go back to the main page for CoinGecko, okay? They also have this amazing tool right here that says categories, okay? So a lot of what I've been talking about is talking about your main portfolio, coins that are in your top 5, specifically for long-term investing. But a lot of times people say, well, what about other coins? Maybe something like Uniswap, or a lot of you guys mentioned VeChain, right? This is now another opportunity where now you can start putting together what I like to call your diversified portfolio, right? A list of cryptocurrencies that are in different categories, right? So going here, you can literally see, right? It shows you a list of all the different cryptocurrency categories, right? So you have stable coins, smart contract platforms. Of course, we have meme tokens. So for those that love their Doge and Shiba as well, okay? And so many others, NFTs, right? So many different categories. And now you can look at this and say, hey, when you look at your portfolio, are all of your coins in the DeFi space? Are they all just transactional coins? What does your portfolio look like? Is it actually a diversified, balanced portfolio, right? And that's why I tell all my students, make sure you at least have some cryptocurrencies that are in both the DeFi space as well as the NFT space, right? Those are 2 industries that are really, really, that really have a lot of potential. right? And that you want to make sure you're taking advantage of, and really just making sure you're adding that to your portfolio as well. Okay, guys? But nonetheless, these are some things that I look at. Okay. Another thing that I love to look at is what we call the max supply. Okay. Now, this is where you're starting to understand, how many of those coins will ever exist, right? Now, very, very, very important. Not every single cryptocurrency has a max supply. Some coins have like an unlimited supply, right? Or maybe some of them have, ongoing, right? You have to also keep that in mind, because coins that tend to have a smaller supply tend to do really great in terms of their numbers, right? And I'll give you a beautiful, beautiful example. Let's go over to this tab here, scroll back up. There is an amazing project. Okay, just drop a one if you guys have ever heard of Yearn Finance. Okay, this is a cryptocurrency that's even outpaced Bitcoin. Okay, now Yearn Finance is also very, very, very exciting. But when you look at this, what catches your eye is right away is at max supply. Only 36,666 coins, right? That's it. That's ever going to exist, right? Now, understand, right? When you have a really low supply and the demand goes up, that's when the value also increases, right? And so there's so much opportunity here to be able to monetize. Like this coin is 38,000 per coin, right? But if we look at the all-time high, we scroll down a little bit, you can actually see right here, right? The all-time high was almost $91,000. Okay, yes, even higher than Bitcoin's all-time high, right? That's crazy. So yes, it's dropped about 60% right now, but I guarantee you everything's on its way back up, right? So understanding that max supply plays a big role. But like I said, not every cryptocurrency has a max supply, okay? Now, I also want to be very transparent, because even though some coins may not have a max supply, or maybe their supply is like 1 billion coins, that does not mean you cannot make money on it, right? And I'll give you a beautiful example. And shout out to whoever dropped VeChain in the chat, okay? Because VeChain is definitely in my top 10 in terms of all-time cryptocurrencies, okay? So VeChain is a beautiful, beautiful example, right? You can see the total supply is a lot, okay? But you can still make a lot of money, right? I'll give an example. VeChain was literally like half a penny for the longest time, literally for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, it started to gain a little bit of traction and really just shot up, right, out of nowhere. And it went from half a penny to an all-time high of about 28 cents, right? That is crazy. A lot of people made a lot of money during that time frame, right? So regardless of the max supply, sometimes it really goes back to that cryptocurrency, some of the other factors, the partnerships. VeChain has phenomenal partnerships with so many well-known organizations. Just drop a 2 in the chat if you own any VeChain, please. I want to know who knows what's up, okay, who has a really good portfolio, okay, and who's already invested in something amazing like VeChain. And if you're staking it, congratulations, that's even better. Now you're earning VeChain passively, which is even better. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Perfect. So yeah, something like VeChain, even going from like half a penny to 28 cents, you could become a multi-millionaire off of that alone, right? You don't need every single coin to get to $1, $5, $1,000, right? But that's why having such a diverse portfolio where everything's moving, everything is doing very, very well. All of your top coins are doing absolutely amazing. And then you can just allocate them, right? Have Ethereum pay for your cars, have Bitcoin pay for your different houses, have another coin pay for your jet, whatever the case is, right? And now you just have money in so many different areas because you built up a strong portfolio, right? So you want to make sure that you put that together. You're looking at those key factors. The other thing I'd like to mention is what we call like the white paper, okay? Now, this is, of course, like I said in the beginning, where these cryptocurrencies, a lot of them are just like businesses, right? They have like a business plan, right? That would be like the equivalent of what a white paper really is, breaking down what is a cryptocurrency about, what is their vision, and all of the numbers and the use case and everything, right? So you get a really good understanding of what you can expect from that project, right? So these are just some of the many, many, many different factors you can look at when you're actually doing your analysis to say, you know what, does this coin make sense? Does it actually, is it something that I can see that's going to be around 1 year from now, 5 years from now, right? As you're putting together your long-term portfolio. Now, like I also said, you can do short-term as well, right? There's definitely some coins that you can take advantage of in terms of a short-term basis. But when it comes to short-term, some coins are different ways to be able to earn short-term is something, and when it comes to cryptocurrencies, I like to say getting in early, right? Being able to even earn a cryptocurrency even before it launches is what gets me like super hyped, right? Super, super, super hyped. Okay, I'm gonna drop a coin, or I'm gonna show you guys a coin. I just want you guys to drop in the chat if you guys got your hand on it. If you did, congratulations, you made a couple $1,000s, which is super, super, super exciting. I didn't even check the price today, but everything has just been going up and up and up. Okay. So this is another beautiful example of a cryptocurrency a lot of us were able to take advantage of, right, through the IAM Mastery Academy, being able to actually earn or hear about a cryptocurrency that we can actually earn even before it actually launched, right? Which is so, 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 so powerful. Being able to actually earn a cryptocurrency before everyone else even hears about it, right? So once again, you can see that there's so many different opportunities to be able to earn with a lot of these different coins, but it's really just being able to be connected, right, here from the right people that are in the space that know what they're doing. And then also just making sure you have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, right, how are you going to achieve your goals, right? And that's why I always, always, always start off by talking about strategy, because strategy is literally everything, right, in order to be successful with this, okay? Now, I am going to shift over because I do want to also talk about an amazing platform in terms of the exchanges. Now, a lot of times people always ask, okay, yes, I want to take advantage of cryptocurrency, but what's the best platform to use, right, in terms of being able to buy some of these cryptocurrency? Now, just drop a one in the chat if you've ever used Binance. It's definitely one of my favorite exchanges, but just drop a one in the chat if you've heard of it before. Okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. I love it. No to Binance. Definitely, definitely Binance is pretty good. Or Binance US, just to put it out there too. Okay, awesome. But yes, Binance is definitely exciting. Binance is literally just one of many, many, many exchanges, right? Maybe you've heard of crypto.com or Coinbase, right? There's so many different cryptocurrency exchanges out there that you can actually take advantage of to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Now, when it comes to these exchanges, I like to say they serve a really, really unique purpose. Yes, you can buy and sell, but you do not want to store your cryptocurrency on there, right? Which is super, super important, right? The only time I use Binance or any exchange is to specifically purchase or sell, like buy or sell a cryptocurrency. That's of course only on that platform, or if it's because I'm trading, that's it, right? But once you've actually made your profits, or you've switched out those coins or swapped those coins, you move it over to something that you actually have full ownership over, right? Which is super important. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave it in the chat. I see Dan mentions Wealthsimple. It's a great question. So I'm assuming you're in Canada, because that's where Wealthsimple is. I'm also in Canada. Now, what I will say is you want to be super, super cautious of two platforms, okay? If you're in Canada, it's Wealthsimple. If you're in the US, it's Robinhood. Okay, now the reason you want to be cautious of these two, because yes, their advertising is amazing. They're letting you know all the different coins that you can purchase and start investing in. But the truth is, you can invest in it, but you don't actually own it. So if you go on there, let's see, yes, you buy some Bitcoin or you buy some Ethereum, that's great. But if you say, hey, you know what, I want to take that Ethereum, I want to send it to a family member around the world, you do not have the option, right? You are literally borrowing cryptocurrency from them. That's it, right? So when you want to take your profits, right, you just have to sell that cryptocurrency back to them. And then from there, you're able to actually, take money and get your profits. But there's no sense of ownership, right, when it comes to those cryptocurrency platforms. You want to be very, very, very cautious, right? So if you are in Canada, the website I personally like to teach my students is something like ShakePay, which is really, really great. I know there's a lot of different platforms, but that tends to be one of my favorites, right? Literally, you can buy get your hands on some Bitcoin literally in minutes, right? And I like, when it comes to money, I like it fast, right? In terms of my transactions. So that's a really great one, but you want to be very, very cautious on some of these platforms. So something like Binance is another option. Yes, you can buy, you can sell, but you're really just using it for that purpose, right? Where you're just buying and selling. After you've purchased it, you need to move it to a secured wallet, okay? But even from the other side, looking at it from a trading perspective, there's so many great options when it comes to trading. Personally, for me, I love spot trading, right? So same page where you'd actually go to buy these cryptocurrencies, right? So let's click on this one as an example. Okay. Perfect. I see some great questions in the chat, so appreciate that. And I'll keep it classic for everybody that's maybe new to the trading side. Okay. Let's see here, some more questions. Let's see what I think about Helium. Yes, Helium, I am very, very, very excited about it. There's a lot of potential. Once again, that's an amazing project. A lot of us were able to get in early just because we're around the right people. We're part of a community that is, learning about cryptocurrency, that's getting knowledge even before everyone else hears about it. So yes, I'm definitely excited about Helium, the coin, as well as the miners as well. I think there's a lot of potential, and I think this is just the beginning. But still do your own research, please, please, please. Let's see some more questions here. Is Newton better than ShakePay? They both have like the pros and cons, but personally for me, I just like ShakePay a little bit better. It's a little bit faster. I like some of the features that it has on there as well. It doesn't have as many cryptocurrencies, but once again, it serves a really unique purpose, right? You're able to go on there, buy your cryptocurrency instantly, and then move it to something like Binance or wherever else to start exchanging it and swapping it up for other cryptocurrencies. So like I said, when it comes to really looking at, any platforms or any exchanges, it really goes back to, where you're located as well as what you're looking to do. Right? Because if you're looking to just swap a cryptocurrency or you're looking to hold it, or if you're looking to trade, then those all play different factors in terms of which platform you should be using on, right? As well as where you're located. Because like I mentioned, even when I asked everybody about Binance, some of you guys said Binance US because right, that's the platform that only works based on where you're located, right? So you want to keep that in mind. Now, like I said, when it comes to exchanges, something like Binance is still very, very good. They all work alike. Like they're all very much the same. So Binance, Coinbase, Crypto.com, same exact purpose. Going on there, buying and selling, being able to take advantage, buy these different coins, or if you want to actually be on there trading, then that's another great opportunity for you. Okay. Now, I also want to do a quick introduction to another quick exchange, but specifically a decentralized exchange as well. Where, yes, this is also another platform that allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrency, but it's decentralized, right? Where now you don't have to give in your name, your address, your ID, none of that, and still be able to take advantage of the opportunity to buy and sell these different currencies, okay? So Uniswap is definitely amazing. For those that like to get into cryptocurrencies early, like before everyone else hears about it, then this is definitely a great option, okay? It definitely allows you to do that, and a lot of the coins tend to be available on something like Uniswap first before they're available on some of these other exchanges. The only disclaimer I'll say is that you have to be super, super careful. You need to know exactly what you're doing, because Uniswap can be complicated. There's so many different steps, there's so many different processes, and so you need to really have a good understanding of what you're doing so that you don't lose your money, okay, and you don't make any mistakes. Right? Because like we said, in cryptocurrency, all these transactions are permanent. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Okay. Let's see, you have some amazing questions. I see Michael's asking, what wallet is a secure wallet to store cryptocurrency, if not Binance? Amazing, amazing question. So when it comes to storing your cryptocurrency, I like to think of something like either a hot wallet or a cold wallet. Now, I really say that those wallets are both great, right? They both have their pros and their cons, but it also, once again, goes back to your current situation, right? Your personal situation. So what I like to teach is if you're brand new to cryptocurrency, like you're just starting to put together your portfolio, having something like a hot wallet like Exodus is a great option, right? It's literally a software you can download onto your computer, be able to actually have full ownership over your cryptocurrency. So if there's no limitations, no one telling you how much you can send per week or how much you can send to someone else, right? So you have full ownership, you are your own bank. So I definitely love that. And then once you have, are starting to grow your portfolio even bigger, right? Where you have a lot of money, I want to say a good amount of money that you look at it, you're like, man, that's a lot, right? So when you start to get to that point, then it's like, yes, you should probably switch over to something like a cold wallet, okay? Something like a ledger, right? Where you can actually, same concept, you're able to store money on there, but I like to say that's specifically more for long-term investing, right? Like you're not going to be touching that anytime soon. Think of it like it's locked up. You're not touching it at all, okay? So that's how you want to treat that. But those are some really, really, really great questions. So I appreciate you asking that for sure. But like I said, in terms of exchanges, you'll have a lot of those centralized exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and so forth that you have to go through that whole KYC ID process, right? Or we also have these decentralized exchanges where they'll allow you to a lot of the same features, but at the same time, something like Uniswap as an example, there's still gonna be a lot of fees, right? Extra gas fees that you're gonna have to pay in order to actually do these transactions. And it can be a little bit more complicated as well, okay, guys? But nonetheless, because I know, of course, I did cover quite a bit of information, I also created a system that'll be really helpful for those that are new to understand what do I do first, right? Sometimes it can be super complicated. You hear all these different coins. I just mentioned like, decentralized exchanges and all these different things. Your mind just going everywhere, right? So I want to bring it back a little bit, give you guys a system. Now, this system is a system I personally created. It's called the BSDG system that literally helps you to kind of focus on what you need to do step by step in terms of the investment or investing fundamentals, okay? So the very first thing, right, starting with B stands for buying. So we talked a lot about first getting our hands on some cryptocurrency, using some of the right platforms, some of these exchanges and so forth to be able to get your hands on some cryptocurrency and be able to buy them, right? Those ones that have ownership, okay? So no Robinhood, no all simple, okay? After that, the S stands for security. So now we're talking about cryptocurrency wallets that actually give you full ownership. So we talked about some of those hot and cold wallets that give you what we call your private keys, right? Then the next step, the third step for D is diversify or diversification. Now this is kind of what we talked about as well, where instead of just focusing on your top 5 cryptocurrencies, right, for long term, now you're going to create another portfolio, another group of coins that maybe are in different categories, right? So maybe specifically in DeFi or NFTs, right? Or different price points, different risk levels, right? You're now picking up different cryptocurrencies. Some can even be for short-term investing, right? But now you're starting to diversify your investments a little bit more, okay? And then the last step is going to be for G, for grow, because now you're going to be focusing on, yes, you put money into the markets, but how are you going to grow your investment, right? Which is so, so important. So of course, as we talk about dollar cost averaging or staking or some other growth strategies, but this is the step-by-step process that will help you to stay focused, okay? Because like I said, it can be very, very, very overwhelming when it comes to cryptocurrency. Because I know I definitely, when I first got started, everything was going over my head, right? And when you have everything on a step-by-step basis, it makes it a lot easier to understand, okay, you know what? I need to focus on this first. Once I do that, then I focus on that, right? Because if you, let's say, come into cryptocurrency and then all you're focusing on is just being able to stake your cryptocurrency, but you haven't even made sure that it's secured, then it doesn't make any sense, right? And now you're pouring all this money into the market and your investment's not even secured, right? So you want to make sure you're following the systems in this specific series, right? Or this specific way, because this is what makes the most sense, okay? In terms of really getting the most out of cryptocurrency and really just making sure you're setting yourself up for success with this, okay? Now, the last thing I want to mention is to also keep in mind, a lot of people always ask, how do I get, ahead of the curve? How do I hear about cryptocurrencies even before they launch, or be a part of an amazing community, right? That also can keep me up to date with what's going on in the market, right? So that I can take advantage and really maximize and monetize the industry as much as possible, right? So you may have heard me talk about I Am Academy, or maybe even mention, of course, Curtis Cobain, okay? But these are all great resources that's also part of the academy that helps you to really learn and set yourself up for success, right? Like I mentioned, everyone that's on this call, you all have the opportunity to create wealth with cryptocurrency, right? Now, yes, you're here right now. You know, Bitcoin roughly around just under 50K. But when Bitcoin reaches 100K, right? 100K. Are you going to look back and say, man, I'm so happy that I took advantage of everything I needed to and really set myself up for this success? Or are you going to look back and say, man, I wish I did more. I wish I invested more. I wish I learned more. I wish I put in more time, more effort to really set myself up for success, right? And now let me tell you as well, Bitcoin getting to 100K, I really believe that's around the corner. So time is really, really going, right? So I want to make sure you guys are not taking action like tomorrow, but take action like right now, right now. So you don't miss out on these opportunities, okay? But nonetheless, I want you, please, please, please just drop some ones in the chat if you learned something new, if this system was helpful. I want to make sure you guys have all the information you need to be successful and make some money with cryptocurrency, okay? Because literally, crypto's about to take off. And just like how, Ethereum went from like 700 to like over, 4,000, literally is going to take off again, right? The crypto space moves really, really, really fast. And if you're not ready, it'll definitely miss you, okay? But with that being said, I really wanted to say once again, thank you so much for joining today's call. And definitely stay tuned for tomorrow's call. But I want to throw it back to the amazing individual that also has been an inspiration to me and everything that I do as well, Mr. Money Shack. So thank you, Shack, for having me. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Guys, drop some 8s if you got truly value from day 2. All the information, all the gems, very, very, very powerful. Wow. Like, wow. I'm lost for words. If you guys took notes, I'm happy for you guys. That was only day 2, right? I want you guys to understand tomorrow we are back at it again, same time, and stay tuned in the Telegram group for the link that will be dropped 10 minutes prior to the call. But tomorrow, same time, tomorrow we have literally a special treat for you because we're going to show you how you can earn, cryptocurrency passively, how you can mine, how you can stake. And you're going to learn from the coach himself, right? And I can't wait for tomorrow's call where we have another special guest that's going to be explaining the value of cryptocurrency for day 3. So stay tuned. I can't wait to see you guys there. If you guys got some value, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's blow the day 3 to the moon and making sure that we have over 300 people across the world. This was another valuable call. I'm so excited. I can't wait for day 3. And if you're excited as well too, guys, continue dropping the 8s in the chat box as we'll see each other tomorrow. All right. So let's continue to push this free crypto bootcamp, the amazing information that we're hearing for free. Continue to share this out and let as many people know as possible that we got all the sauce on these free calls. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. and the link will be in the Telegram group chat. Appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will see